Hello, fiber friends, and welcome to another episode of PandemicKnittr. I am Beth. I am a teacher's aide from the suburbs of Chicago, and I like to knit, and I have done quite a bit of it this last week or two, and I am looking to share all of the great things that I have bought and worked on from the last couple of weeks, and I am excited about sharing with you all of the fun that I had at the Knitty McPurley retreat last weekend. So hang on, I got a lot to share today. First things first, what I am wearing is a knit that I completed this summer. It is a summer t-shirt called Sea Haven. The designer of the sweater is Jennifer Shiels Toland, and it is knit in Sandnes Garn Lena. This was a kit that I purchased from the knitting place. This was a fun one to knit because of all of the texture on it. It's got a lot of different pattern techniques. Now, originally when I made it, I was thinking I wasn't going to do the extra pickup around the neckline. But now that I have had it for a while and it has kind of over time, it's a cotton based yarn. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's cotton and linen. And so over time it's kind of expanded, and I have actually done quite the opposite of that with my body. So as I get smaller, it seems bigger. And I think I might want to, before the summer, maybe pick up stitches and make a collar so that it's not so wide open on me. With that being said, let's move on to finished objects. I have no finished objects, but I have made a lot of progress on some of my whips. So we might as well head straight into whips. Whips are over here. New items are over here. Let me grab my first whip. The first thing that I have made quite a bit of progress on is the Mosaic Plaid Wrap by Michael Vloedman. I love how this looks on camera, I discovered on my last episode. So I'm excited to show it. Da, 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 da. Oh, wow. Yay. This is all garter in the, like the purple and the green, that's all garter, and it's stockinette in the pinky lavender color. It's funny when you see the lavender colorway by itself, it really looks lavender. It is picking up more pink on camera, but it looks very lavender as a whole in person. But next to that deep purple hue, it just looks pink. So I just love this thing. I cannot wait to finish it and wear it. I have completed one full repeat of the chart, and I need to do that 3 times more. So I'm excited about this. It's super pretty, it's super soft, it's super drapey. It's being done in Hedgehog fibers, Sporty singles, and I'm excited to get through this and like wrap it around myself and snuggle up while I knit on my couch at home, because I'm not gonna wear it to work. That would be dangerous in my place of work. Anyhow, this has been a fun one to knit. The one thing that for me is a little difficult with this is knowing how much tension to keep when I'm slipping multiple stitches, because there's a lot of slipping stitches in mosaic work. So I just hope it's not going to be all puckery and weird when I'm done, because I'm trying to like stretch as far as I can. But anyway, if you're interested in the colorways, everything is in the description below. I am loving the feel of this, the drape, and everything else. Next one, these socks. It's a Christmas colorway. I'm still trying to finish up Christmas, and here we are. Oh, and by the way, today is February 5th, and my son is 22 today. Yay! Happy birthday, Ian. This morning I played a little Taylor Swift for him because he's 22. Anyhow, socks, Christmas colorway. I'm still decreasing for the gusset stitches, and this is where I was the last time I uploaded an episode. So I've done quite a bit on these since the last time I showed you. So I'm excited about these to get off my needles soon. They've sort of been on a holding pattern for a while, just because doing the heeling gusset, I like to do that at home, not out and about. The one that gives me the most joy right now is my Ingrid sweater. And that one, I feel like I'm so close to being finished with it. I want to take another search around the craft room and see if I have stashed one of my skeins of A Walk in the Woods by Barnyard Knits somewhere here, because I feel like I might not make it with what I have. I am feeling a little like I may be playing some yarn chicken here. I may be unraveling my gauge swatch that, honestly, I think gauge swatching for me, I think I'm just too impatient. Anyway, let me show this lovely thing. This is it, Ingrid. I have everything but the sleeves done. Oh, look at that texture, you guys. Ugh, I love this thing, and the fluff, and I cannot wait to wear this squishy thing. I need to remember to not get too close to the camera, or maybe make sudden moves. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I feel like, I don't know what is happening in the phone, but I feel like it does like this, almost like it's zooming in as I am moving. So I feel like I have to kind of hold still a bit, because it does like a woo. Anyhow, so you'll see the sleeves. I've gotten somewhere on the sleeves. I'm doing the sleeves 2 at a time, and let me show you how much yarn I have left. Okay, so I have this much on one and this much on another. This one's not as tightly wound because this one started to be messy, so I kind of just wound it on my hand and made it a neater ball. And this one was pulling nicely out of the skein. But look at, okay, I feel like I have to do the same thing with this one just to make it, just to give a comparison. But I feel like I'm not gonna have enough, and I'm gonna either have very short sleeves or I am gonna have to order another skein because I don't want shorts. This is not a short sleeve sweater. I mean, I don't want to wear this with a turtleneck or something underneath because this is a very oversized, wintry, fluffy sweater that is meant to have long sleeves. And I can't even imagine what this would be like with short sleeves. It just wouldn't be. I don't think it would be right. Okay, there we go. Wound it up. This is not gonna make a whole sleeve. I mean, I have put the sweater on the floor behind me, and there's a long distance between the sweater and the yarn, but still, that's not enough. And I do have two different swatches. I'm good with my mohair. That I've got plenty of mohair since I ordered more. And I have two different swatches because I swatched one way and decided that was not how I should swatch, and then I swatched another way. And again, with my swatches, okay, so here's how much I have in swatches. So there's a good amount. I mean, it's not a whole sleeve, but I mean, the question is, how much do I need? I don't know. So yeah, I'm playing yarn chicken, and it's because of the gauge swatches. It's because I got impatient. I didn't want to continue swatching, and I thought, I'm just going to do what I want with what I've done with the swatches. I don't think that I got gauge when I swatched. So I just thought, I'm going to go down a needle size. It'll be fine. And I think I needed to continue swatching. And then, of course, in the middle of my knitting, I decided I'm not meeting gauge and I'm going to go up a needle size. I don't know what I'm thinking, changing needle sizes in the middle of a project. That was not smart. Anyway, I need to get better at this. So that's my Ingrid sweater. Even if I need to order a new skein of the yarn for the sleeves, I am going to love this sweater, even if it is 2 sizes bigger than what I would ordinarily wear. I'm still gonna love this sweater, and I'm gonna wear it. It may be warm because it is quite thick and heavy. I have not been bringing it out to knit because it's very heavy to carry around, and it's too bulky. You don't want to, this is not a knit night project. So anyway, Ingrid will be done soon. The socks will be done soon, and it'll be a little longer for that Mosaic Plaid Wrap. So that brings me to the Knitty McPurley retreat. I'm so excited to talk about this. Okay, before I talk about Knitty McPurley retreat, where I'm at in the segments that I do would be the new to me segment. So before I get into the new to me stuff from Knitty McPurley's retreat, I want to talk about something that I was given and have not shown previously on my podcast. So, this lovely thing is a project bag that was given to me by a friend, Chris. She is one of the knitters who is in the group of knitters that I met at the Frivolous and Frugal Ply Podcast meetup. And last summer, we met in that conference room, and I found out that the group of them knits together in a town near me. And I was like, hey, I can have a local knit group. This would be great. And so now I knit with them regularly. Chris, however, moved about 45 minutes away from here. And so it's a little harder for her to get over here and knit with us. But she gave me this. She made this. Isn't this cool? I like how it's like, it's two different things. Like from one side, it's this bag, and from the other side, it's this bag. So that's really neat. I thought it was really neat. I thought it was really nice of her to make this for me. And I think she should be selling them. She could make bank. Anyway, I also like these little stitch markers that she included. I cannot wait to use these on my Christmas knits next Christmas season. So thank you, Chris. Knitting McPurley retreat. Okay, first thing I want to say is this. I think that the best thing that happens at these retreats is not the knitting. It's not the stuff you get. It's the friendships you make. It's the relationships. It's meeting people. It's talking about the one thing that you enjoy so much together and having that in common. And that even if you have nothing else in common. You know, I found myself talking to young mothers, and I found myself talking to people who had come from different places of the country and lived in different weather and different life experiences. And still, it's the relationships that matter most. And so there's something about that, like you can't really, you bring it back with you because you feel the feelings of the friendships you've made connections with the people that you met online, and putting faces with those names. And even still, I'm home, and every once in a while I'll see somebody post something online, and I'm like, now which person was that? Which face does that go with? So one of the things that we talked about was we need to be putting our faces in these posts more often, because I want to know who is posting a picture of their sweater or their wrap or their socks or whatever. So please, if you like to post on Instagram, not necessarily every single post, but every once in a while, post a picture with your face. Post a picture of that sweater on you, because I want to see you and know who you are in real life, instead of saying, oh, you're Knitter 576, when I see you at whatever knitting gathering there is. So that's my whole soapbox deal about retreats and being online and all of that stuff. I had the best time getting to know people. I spent a good deal of time with Colleen, who's known as Selfish Knitter on Instagram, and she and I just immediately bonded. I think we both have the same weird sense of humor, and it helps a lot. And on to this stuff. So I'm going to tell you about this bag. This bag, isn't this cute? I got this at the Knitty McPurley retreat. She had a little pop-up shop there. It was Delightful Works, and she is on Instagram. She has at least, yesterday I looked it up, and she has at least one more of these left. I think it was the large size though. So check her out. I think she's on Etsy. But you can definitely find her on Instagram as Delightful Works. And she's just the sweetest woman. Susan is her name. And I sat with her for a while and got to talk with her, and wonderful person. And what's living in here is the start of a brioche hat. There was a brioche class that was run by Cheryl of Wise Owl Knits, and I don't think this is the hat we casted on. This is a hat pattern that she makes, but I think the one that she shared with us in the class was like a child size hat. I don't know. Maybe it's the same one. I haven't looked at them next to each other because she passed out something in the class, but I think this came in the folder we got. I don't know. I should be more informed when I'm telling everyone on YouTube what I've done and what I'm doing. So, anyway, this yarn, I don't remember. I found it. Okay, that sounds weird. It's not like it was just laying around in the snow in my neighborhood. I found it on, there was a table at the retreat in our conference room that had yarn and project bags and books and things that people were willing to give away. So it was sort of like a, give and take kind of table. So if you wanted to put something on the table, you could. If you wanted to take something from the table, you could. So as this class approached, I was realizing I don't have yarn to do this class. So I got this Pearl Soho Plenty. It says worsted, but I think it's thicker than worsted. And that, I believe, is the blue. I don't know. Let me see. Then I also have Cascade 220 Heathers, which is, I think, the gray. Either that or it's the other way around. I'm sure this has colorways on it. I'll have to read. Blue jeans. Okay, so the worsted one is the blue. But I don't think it's worsted. Anyhow, my hat, I cast it on what I thought was going to be the toddler size. And this will fit me easily. And what I did, no, maybe not. I don't know. I'm trying to stretch this and see. What I did to cast on is she said to cast on in a stretchy way. So I took my 2 needles together and just cast it on to 2 size 8 needles together to make them big stitches with a long tail cast on. I do, because I'm new at this whole brioche thing, I have this hole. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put it in front of my white turtleneck. I have this hole in it right at the beginning. I think I did something wrong there. So, but I can easily take my yarn tails, I think, and just sew that up and no one will ever know. So, I don't know who's getting this. I don't know when or if I'm finishing this. But that was the brioche class, which was a lot of fun. The other class that I took and actually participated in, a couple of them were classes that, how do I want to say this? Participation was not a thing. It was more of a listening and understanding kind of thing. Because there was one, Holly of Mystery Mouse did a class on how to alter your knitting projects for your own needs. So she talked about the different things you could do, like, you know, change the sleeves and make a different sleeve style, or different things like that. Different ways you can finish things and all that kind of stuff. And then Knitty McPurley herself, Devin, did a class on how to design knitwear, which I found thoroughly fascinating and inspiring, because I would love to design something. I just don't know what. Because let me say this, one thing that I have always done, and this is like since I was young, I have always looked with fascination at knitwear, and even like not necessarily wearable things, but like pillows or blankets, anything that is knit. I have always looked at them with fascination and thought, how did they do that? What did they do to make that stitch? How did they alter it so that it was askew or whatever? Like, just this week, a coworker was wearing a hat, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. How did they do, you know, that stitch on your hat? This woman has multiple hats, and every time I see her hats, I'm like, did you make that? Every time the answer is no. So I don't know where she's getting all these hats, but like I had her take the hat off her head so I could look at it and examine it and decide how exactly this stitch was done. I still don't know. It was like these stitches were like crossed this way, and I don't know. I want to know. So the next class that I participated in, see how I brought myself back? Was the Intarsha class taught by Ann Pinkova. And I'm looking to see if I have anything in this bag, because it's a big mess. Oh, I did do, okay. So we did this Intarsha in the round, which is, you can see how much I've done. This was a star. And so this is like 2 points of the star that were at the bottom. And I kind of gave up, because this was the second project, and it was a modified Intarsha. And I felt bad because I kept saying, come over here, I need help. And, you know, I was like, hey, you need to sit down, because you're going to hurt your knees kneeling next to me like this. Sorry, Anne. All right. Anyhow, here's the first one I did. This one, actually, I didn't do much of it because I wanted to move on to the other one, the other technique. I felt like I was getting this. So it was starting to be like a half circle. So you can see how it kind of tapers. Maybe you can't. I don't know what you can see on the camera here. But yeah, it was fun learning this whole Intarsha thing, because I've never done Intarsha before. And I just knitted from both sides of the ball of yarn for this one, because I only needed like 2 sides, and it worked great. Yeah, so that's in Tarsha. It was fun. And then the last class that we had was something very different, and I thought, I'm getting a kit for this. This was a kit that was given to every participant of this retreat without any extra fee. And I thought it was very kind of Carista of Sweet Mountain Crafts to donate this to everyone. Well, and maybe, I don't know, maybe some of the retreat money was given to her to pay for it. I don't know for sure, but she had one of these for everyone. Look at this. It's going to be hard to see with the glare from the sun. I will take the things out so you can see all of this, but there's a hoop. And this was a weaving class. So she taught us how to warp the hoop. And I was just watching because I did not want to do this in that big room full of people and be distracted by what everybody else was doing and everything like that. I wanted to be able to take the time to do it on my own. So there's this cotton string that you use to warp the hoop, and she showed us how to do that. And then there is there's roving that you can use to put in there, and that'll take up a whole lot of space in that hoop. There's some silk fabric that was included. Everybody got some. People could choose different colors. She had multiple kits with different colors. There is a thicker yarn that it looks like it's a single ply but very thick yarn. There is this velvety stuff that can go into, look at how that matches me very well, doesn't it? And then a couple of different more textured yarns. So there's this very twisty yarn, and then I had this like loopy yarn, which is really kind of cool. It reminds me of like the sheep's tail. And then this was hand woven by Carista. Not woven, spun, hand spun by Carista. And she included some of her hand spun yarn in every single kit, which is like, that's a lot of labor. That's a lot of work. I mean, thank you, Carista. This is awesome. I will my thinking was I will make a woven thing and then put it on the wall back here so that it can be displayed every time that I speak to all of you on YouTube. So I'm excited to do this. I don't know when it's going to happen. I have like, my head is spinning with all of the stuff that I want to do. And so I haven't decided on an order yet for anything. Okay, first up, before the stuff I bought, swag bag. Check this out. Is this not cute? So we got this little tote bag. It's a canvas tote bag. And she, for the retreat, made this patch. And you see how it's got the little knit stitches there and everything in the water and on the mountain. So she created that logo for the retreat. And so she's got this patch, and then inside the bag, coaster, same adorable logo, and multiple business cards for the people who were there with their pop-ups. This one I don't remember. 3 jewels. I don't remember seeing them there. I don't know if they just contributed these, but super cute progress keeper on it. Or, I mean, it could be used as a stitch marker, either one. And then there was also Delightful Works, which is where I got that bucket that we were talking about, and she's got a discount code for the participants. And then there was Longleaf Bags. She was also there with a pop-up shop. And she had some really cute bags that were like waterproof type bags. They were plastic, colored plastic bags. I really wanted to get this rainbow one that she had. You know, sometimes you got to make some decisions, and some of the things are not going to get included. But that's how it went. I still, that's on my list of things to buy. There was Wool Wash from Knitty McPurley in our swag bag. And this is apple cranberry. I haven't smelled this yet. I just took it out of the plastic to show you guys. Oh my gosh. There's like there's a scent in there that I'm not, is it cinnamon? It smells really good. I can't wait to use this. There is another Wool Wash. It's a Knitty McPurley. It says sample. It's Forest Pine and Mistletoe. So a smaller sized one. There is a pair of scissors. Dropping stuff. Pair of scissors with a little leather case for them, which I always can use an extra pair of snips. Yes. And then there's lip balm. There's this cute little bag is what holds the scissor. I think that's where the scissors were. Anyway, I just took everything out right now. And then there was a tin that I dropped on the floor, and it's hiding underneath my whips. So this cute little tin to hold stitch markers. It's funny, I think I end up making things more blurry on the screen because I'm trying to see what I'm holding, and in an effort to like see, I'm putting my eyes more on the screen, which is going to make things that are not my eyes more blurry. So there were some stitch markers in this little tin. I don't know if you can see that. And I think this is great. I can put my little stitch markers that I got from the other vendors in there too. Did I show the patch? I don't know if I showed the patch. This, there was a drawing on another night. I think I got the patch in that. I got a little bag that I won the drawing for. Also in the original swag bag was this mini of Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. This is a retreat colorway. And then the big one, this is the special retreat colorway from Knitty McPurley yarn, and she gave us a full skein. I'm so excited. I'm thinking it is superwash, so I could make, if one of the babies expected in my family very soon is a girl, this might be something for them. I'm excited. I'm excited. So this will be perfect. Perfect. Can't wait. Anyhow, so that's all the swag. And then on the first night when we came in, which was Thursday, we all kind of got together in the conference room, and there were these little bags in the center of the table. So each table, I think, had 8 chairs. And so there were 8 bags in the center of each table. And it's this cute bag that says Knitty McPurley on it. And perfect for socks on the go. And the table that I sat at, it wasn't a full table. So what happened is she basically said, hey, you know, grab a bag from the center of the table. And, you know, there was an anonymous donor of all of these bags. And they were, I don't know if this was someone who was destashing or what the situation was, but it was someone kind enough to share a whole lot of yarn with us. And so I got something at first that was like a pale yellow, that was like a variegated, with, you know, there was some white in it and a little bit of brown, and it just wasn't my colors. So I traded with someone and got this. It's a self-striping yarn from Freckled Whimsy. And I did look on their website to see if they're still selling this colorway, and they are not. The colorway is called Neville is Brave. And I believe this is like from the Harry Potter series. But I'm loving this. This will be socks someday. And I say that with conviction, knowing that I have a whole bunch in there that will be socks someday. I'm going to have to stop buying yarn someday. Anyhow, that's all the freebies, which is really enough. I could have come home with that and it would have given me plenty to do for a really long time. But no, couldn't stop there. I went to, and also, not done. This is another mini, same exact one as this. This is the gift bag that I was talking about that I received when there was a drawing. And then I got, did I show the coaster before? I got 3 more coasters in that bag. So now I have a whole set of coasters. Now my drinks can drip all over the place. Anyhow, that's all the free stuff. And the stuff I bought. Okay, you see this right here? My little bouquet. Isn't it cute? That was like, I didn't like how empty it was over there. So I thought, I need a bouquet of yarn. So my new 22-year-old boy came up and brought me a vase and helped me arrange the skeins of yarn in there. And those 3 skeins are the exact same as this. And this is from, I think it's pronounced Zeoli Yarns. And I apologize if I'm butchering that, but I saw this on the very first day that they had the pop-up shop. It is this lovely sparkle that I don't think is actually showing up on the screen, and maybe it is, and I just can't see it because my eyes are not so great. But when I saw it, I thought, I'm going to wait. If it's still there at the end, then it's meant to be. So Saturday night, I went there and the yarn was still there. It was the only sparkle she had It's this beautiful multicolored green. And I thought, how did nobody else snap that up? There were 4 skeins of it. And I was like, this is a great summer t-shirt. What's wrong with everybody else that they made me spend this money? So I'm very happy. Zeoli had this sparkle base. Oh, and the colorway is called Kiss a Lot of Frogs. So if you love it as much as I do, go get yourself some Zeoli yarns. And the rest of what I have is from Knitty McPurley. And this is, my thinking is, I have 2 nieces who are about to have babies. One of them is due in February. She has opted not to find out the gender of the baby. That makes my job difficult. So, now I'm trying to remember. I will put pictures up of the patterns that I'm planning to knit. But if it's a boy, I think this would be a good colorway. I could see this being neutral too. Like this could maybe be a main colorway for a girl. Like this seems gender neutral to me. And then maybe stripe it with this. But it's a sweater that has stripes and then matching pants. So I got 2 skeins of this color, which is Black Forest Cake. And this is in the Frankfurt Fingering, which is a 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. And it is a very khaki green type colorway that I think we'll see what I do with it. I don't know. I'm planning on doing this baby knit thing. And if I do, so be it. If I don't, whatever. This is the same colorway, Black Forest Cake, and it is Amsterdam Aran. And it is an 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. It is super duper soft. And I am planning to make like a sleeper in it. It's this, and the picture will be here. And it's so cute. It looks like the standard like baby garment that snaps from ankle to shoulder. And I remember putting these on my kids when they were babies, and I think this would be a fun project to knit. So we'll see. I'm excited to get started on those. I have so much going on right now that I don't know when that's going to happen. However, this has been a very long episode for me, so I'm gonna talk about in my next episode what I am doing for Finish It February. So I have a whole lot of projects, and here we are mid-February. I promise I'm not lying. Mid-February, and I haven't even talked about Finish It February yet, and I need to get on that. I did talk to some people about it a little bit while we were at the retreat, and mentioned that last year Finish It February lasted until June. So I'm hoping I can finish February before June this year. So I gotta really get on it. My first thing for Finish It February is gonna be getting the whips that I have off the needles. Christmas should be done by now. Those socks, I just gotta get them off the needles. But I will line up my whips for the next time, and it's probably going to be within the next week or two that I do that, and have it all ready to talk about, and you can see all of the stuff that you've maybe seen on previous episodes, but it's going to be kind of all put together so you can see what I'm doing, where I'm at, and how it's going, and where I expect it to go. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you coming by. Keep surviving, keep thriving, and click that like button. It helps me get out there more. Say hello in the comments. Tell me what you think. Like, should I be wearing turtlenecks? Is that a thing anymore? Am I like showing my age by wearing this turtleneck that I bought in the 1990s? I don't think it's that old. Maybe it is. I don't know. Do people still wear turtlenecks? Comment below. All right. I'll see you next time.